صباح اكسكلوسيف. من يطرق الباب في مثل هذا الصباح من يوم الجمعة؟ قرر أن يتجاهل الطرقات اللحوحة التي تعكر عليه صفو نومه. فتح عينيه على مضض وحمل نفسه على السير بخطى ثقيلة نحو الباب الصفيحي بني اللون، وهو يسب على الجيران الذين يعشقون مشاكسة الآخرين. كان طفله الذي لم يتجاوز 10 أعوام قد خرج منذ الصباح يلهو مع الآخرين في الأزقة، وليلى ذهبت منذ الصباح أيضا، ذهبت لعيادة خالتها المريضة، وكان وحده ينعم بهدوء العطلة اليتيمة في الأسبوع. This is Atef Abu Saif from Gaza still. I'm sorry I couldn't be there in Manchester with you. Apparently I couldn't leave Gaza because of the siege imposed in Gaza. The borders are closed and I didn't manage to get out of the strip. I hope in another chance I can make it. Travel from Gaza is actually difficult, and it's kind of a miracle to be able to leave Gaza in those circumstances, which needs a divine intervention, and which actually didn't happen in this Holy Land. Yeah, it's right. Yeah, I'm writing fiction and novels, and at the same time I work as a journalist in a cell, and at the same time I'm teaching political science and creative writings in the local universities of Gaza. I don't know, these multiple paths or the ways which I'm trying to develop or to discover is a kind of a way to find myself. You know, the holy question is about finding yourself in this conflict area. And I think every one of them is a kind of, it's not a habit, you know. From the beginning I wanted to write because I thought writing is a kind of a message, because it's very much related to my own political history, my own private history, family history. I wanted, from the very beginning, when I was a child and I was listening to my grandmom telling my stories about her childhood in Jaffa city before the 1948 war, and how she was forced to leave this beautiful city to live in a refugee camp. I just wanted to grasp this pain. And I think this pain is still until now. My grandmom died 15 years ago, but still this pain is around, surrounding me in the refugee camp, in the city, down, if you see the city, the Gaza city. And I think just I wanted to express this pain. I'm not sure if I could, but at least, you know, this was an attempt. When I wanted to study academically, I thought I didn't want to study literature, to be honest. I didn't thought that studying literature is something something I would like to do. And because I think my main literature teacher was my grandmom, Aisha. Her way of telling stories were brilliant, and I hope by the end of my life I would manage to be able to tell stories like her. But when I wanted to work to feed myself at least, or you know, to find something to survive, I studied political science, because I thought by studying political science I studied something I like anyway. It's true, as Aristotle says, man is a political animal, but in Gaza politics is everywhere, believe me. Even the donkeys, the dogs, they understand politics, because we live in a highly politicized society and region. It's not about Gaza, it's about the Middle East in general. I don't know, just I was trying, when I teach even my students in the university, I try to teach them how life can be better, you know, because the people in Gaza are hopeless and depressed, and they have many problems. They have problems to find a loaf of bread, and sometimes they have problem to have gas to light, and to have electricity, of course, like every day. But still, I think the message that we can convey to them, even to my students, is that life is worth living, you know, and that despite all these conflicts, we can still live our life. Yeah, yes, in Gaza, you were likely to have electricity for 24 hours. And you would be more likely to have telephone lines and, the coverage of your mobile, cell phone, and to have internet, regular internet. I think nothing in Gaza is regular. Everything is irregular. You cannot expect anything. You cannot say, I want to do this tomorrow, I want to do that the day after. And I think even you cannot promise to do anything. And when it comes to me personally, when I have classes to prepare and I have articles to write in the newspaper and I have to work on my new novel and at the same time respond to my emails, and I think I feel like, one time I was saying to a journalist, like being disconnected. In Gaza, like being unplugged, You feel like you are disconnected and you cannot, but at the same time, you have no other choice. Only you have to pursue your life. Because I have to feed my kids, and sometimes I have to prepare classes for my students, and I have to commit to my weekly article, and I have to edit my journal, political journal. So, so I don't know. It's not a matter. Sometimes you need a miracle in Gaza, but I think miracles doesn't come. Don't come. What comes is your own will, and I think it's just a matter about managing your life. And sometimes it's difficult, and sometimes, believe me, I feel very much depressed. That I couldn't leave Gaza for 3 years. For example, I was invited like 17 times to get out of Gaza, and I was supposed to be in Manchester today. And I was supposed at the same time to get a fellowship in Brown University in the United States, writer fellowship. And I didn't, And I feel like being in prison. One time I was telling my friend Mohammed that Gaza is a big prison. And actually he was telling me, but in prison it doesn't matter if it's big or small. And he was right, actually. Because even if it's a prison with 350 kilometers, it's still a prison, which I couldn't leave. And I think... yeah, I think this is the way I survive in Gaza.